Some cars are fast, but Italian supercars, they're legends that mix speed, art, and danger in one package. And today we're counting down the 10 greatest Italian supercars ever built. Some machines aren't just cars, they're rolling masterpieces with horsepower numbers that defy logic. Stay until the end to see the Italian beast that even billionaires struggle to get their hands on. Here's the truth. When it comes to supercars, Italy has no rivals. From Ferrari's raw power to Lamborghini's outrageous designs, Italian automakers set the tone for speed and style. In this video, I'll show you the 10 most iconic Italian supercars, how much horsepower and money it takes to own them, and the one car at the top that makes every other supercar look tame. Hash 10. Maserati MC20. The Maserati MC20 is the brand's rebirth. With 621 horsepower from its Nettuno twin-turbo V6, it rockets from 0-60 miles per hour in 2.9 seconds and tops out at 202 miles per hour. Price? Around $210,000. Exotic, but still below Ferrari and Lamborghini rivals. The MC20 is built with a carbon fiber tub, butterfly doors, and an engine inspired by Formula One ignition tech. That's why it's so efficient at high revs. Maserati hadn't released a true supercar since the MC12 almost 20 years ago, and fans were beginning to think they'd forgotten how. One famous owner parked his MC20 next to a Bugatti Chiron in Monaco, and surprisingly, the Maserati drew the bigger crowd, proof that Maserati got the style and presence right. Next up, a Ferrari that mixes elegance with everyday usability, the Ferrari Roma. Hash 9. Ferrari Roma. The Ferrari Roma is elegance hiding speed. Under its smooth Grand Tourer lines sits a 612 horsepower twin-turbo V8, pushing it from 0-60 in 3.4 seconds and past 199 miles per hour. Price? About $225,000. Ferrari designed it as the daily drivable supercar, refined interior, comfortable ride, but still explosive when you push it. Journalists often say it's the Ferrari you can bring to a wedding without scaring grandma, but still powerful enough to dominate an Autobahn run. Fun fact, the Roma's digital dash is so sleek that it almost feels like a luxury gadget, bridging Ferrari's raw tradition with modern usability. One owner described it as a velvet glove hiding a steel fist. But if the Roma is elegant, the next car, Lamborghini's Huracan STO, is pure chaos. Hash 8. Lamborghini Huracan STO. The Huracan STO, short for Super Trofeo Omologata, is basically a Lamborghini race car barely tamed for the road. Its naturally aspirated V10 produces 640 horsepower good for 0-60 in 3.0 seconds and a top speed of 193 miles per hour. Price? Roughly $330,000. The STO ditches comfort for pure aggression, huge aero fins, lighter carbon panels, and a rear wing that looks like it belongs on a GT3 racer. On track, it delivers insane cornering thanks to rear-wheel steering and downforce tech. Owners often say driving one downtown feels like bringing a chainsaw to a dinner party. It's overkill, but glorious overkill. And just when you think it can't get wilder, Pagani enters with one of the rarest machines ever built, the Zonda Cinque. Hash 7. Pagani Zonda Cinque. The Pagani Zonda Cinque is more art than machine. Only 5 were ever built, each packing a 678 horsepower AMG V12 that launches it to 60 miles per hour in 3.4 seconds and past 217 miles per hour. Price? An eye-watering $2 million. Every inch is carbon fiber perfection. Even the bolts are titanium. Pagani didn't just build a car, they created rolling sculptures with acoustics that sound like a V12 opera. One London owner famously parked his Zonda on a street and came back to find 200 people swarming it for photos. That's the aura the Cinque carries. Legendary rarity. But legends don't stop there. Next up, a Ferrari that's the very definition of raw danger, the F40. Hash 6. Ferrari F40. The Ferrari F40, Enzo Ferrari's final masterpiece. With 471 horsepower from its twin-turbo V8, it hit 0-60 in 4.1 seconds and a top speed of 201 miles per hour. Price today? Several million at auctions. Launched in 1987, it stripped away everything unnecessary. No ABS, no airbags, not even carpets. Just red body panels, a turbo motor, and danger. Enzo himself said it was the closest thing to a Formula One car for the road. Owners describe it as terrifying and addictive in equal measure. At a recent auction, one sold for over $2.5 million, proving its legacy only grows. But Ferrari wasn't done. The next car carried the founder's name, the Enzo. #5. Ferrari Enzo. The Ferrari Enzo debuted in 2002 with a 651 horsepower V12, blasting from 0-60 in 3.1 seconds and topping out at 218 miles per hour. Price new? $659,000. Today, over $3 million. It pioneered paddle shift technology for Ferrari road cars, directly borrowing F1 DNA. Its carbon fiber body and aerodynamics were revolutionary at the time. Ferrari only sold it to their most loyal customers. You couldn't just walk into a dealership with money. This exclusivity made it a collector's dream. At a Pebble Beach auction, an Enzo once sold for over $6 million. Proof that some cars only get more iconic with age. Next up, Lamborghini answers with sheer insanity, the Aventador SVJ. #4. Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. The Aventador SVJ is Lamborghini at its wildest. Its 6.5-liter V12 makes 759 horsepower, sending it to 60 miles per hour in 2.8 seconds and a top speed of 217 miles per hour. Price? Around $600,000. It wasn't just loud, it broke the Nürburgring lap record in 2018, proving its speed wasn't just drama. The ALA active aero system adjusts in milliseconds to keep it glued to the track. One owner described driving it in city traffic as piloting a spaceship through rush hour. And honestly, the looks back it up. But if the SVJ is extreme, Ferrari's LaFerrari goes even further by adding hybrid power. #3. Ferrari LaFerrari. LaFerrari, launched in 2013, combined a 789 horsepower V12 with a 161 HP electric motor for a total of 950 horsepower. 0-60, just 2.6 seconds. Top speed, 217 miles per hour. Price new, $1.5 million. Today's value, over $4 million. It was Ferrari's first hybrid hypercar, instantly cementing its place in history. With only 499 units built, demand was off the charts. Jeremy Clarkson called it the maddest car I've ever driven, and collectors now treat it as untouchable. But Ferrari's madness inspired Lamborghini to bring back a poster car from the 70s, the Countach. #2. Lamborghini Countach LPI 800 #4. The Countach is back. Lamborghini revived it with the LPI 800 #4, a hybrid V12 producing 802 horsepower, 0-60 in 2.8 seconds, top speed near 220 miles per hour. Price, $2.6 million. It pays tribute to the legendary 70s Countach, the car that made half the planet plaster posters on their walls. Only 112 were built, matching the original car's internal codename. Each sold instantly to collectors, many flipping for even higher prices on resale. One delivery video in Dubai went viral as fans surrounded the car like a celebrity. But the wildest Italian machine today, that title belongs to Pagani's Huayra R. #1. Pagani Huayra R. And at number 1, the Pagani Huayra R. A pure track monster, its naturally aspirated 6.0-liter V12 screams out 850 horsepower, revving to 9,000 revolutions per minute, 0-60 in 3 seconds, top speed over 230 miles per hour. Price, $3.5 million. Built by HWA for Pagani, it's designed to sound like a fighter jet, and it does. No turbos, no filters, just raw, screaming violence. Only a few exist, making ownership less like buying a car and more like curating art. One journalist said, "When you drive it, you feel like a curator, not an owner." And with 850 horsepower, it sets the Italian benchmark for 2025. That's the peak. But the story of Italian madness doesn't end here. Now some of you will say, what about Bugatti? Well, Bugatti's French-owned today. Others might say these cars are too rare or too expensive. True, but Italian supercars aren't about practicality. They're about pushing limits, about dreaming bigger than physics. Through decades, one thing's clear: Ferrari refined performance, Lamborghini delivered shock and drama, Maserati and Pagani built art on wheels. Each decade had its hero, from F40 in the 80s to LaFerrari in the 2010s, and now the Huayra R in 2025. So what's the takeaway? Italian supercars aren't just vehicles, they're statements. One number sums it up: 850. That's the horsepower of the Huayra R, the most insane Italian machine ever created. The peak of Italian madness. And it means that even in 2025, Italy still sets the supercar standard. Want more? Like and subscribe. Tap here to see which of their components are part in Formula One cars this year.